Day 20, on the island of Patmos. The old man sat on the rocks outside the cave that served as his home. With hands weakened by age and hardship, he took out the letter that had come on the supply boat that morning, and in the feeble rays of the setting sun, he read its contents once more. John had been the youngest of the 12, barely on the threshold of manhood, but that was long ago. Now with the news the letter brought telling of the death of Thomas, he was the last apostle alive, the only one waiting to make the final journey. As he looked out over the ocean, he thought back to his time preaching in Ephesus, a busy and rewarding life that now felt like it belonged to someone else. And what about the 3 miraculous years that he had spent with the Lord? On days when his solitude and exile weighed heavy on him, he sometimes wondered if his memories of Jesus were just a trick his aging mind played on him to ease his suffering. As the last sliver of sun dipped below the horizon and a cold breeze came over the island, John scrambled back into the cave, lit a fire, and began to prepare his simple supper. When it was ready, he knelt and prayed. As he had every night since he had watched the one he had loved ascend into the clouds, he finished with the words, "Even so, Lord, come quickly." After eating and cleaning up a bit, there was little to do but to go to bed. Another day over. As he gazed into the dying embers, John wrestled with the loneliness and despair that always seemed worse in the final hour before sleep. As the shadows grew around him, he was filled with grief. "How long, Lord?" he asked the empty night. "How long?" he cried out, so loud that his voice echoed off the walls. In the silence that followed, gradually his breathing calmed and his anguish subsided. Finally he rolled over to try to sleep. Just then he realized that it was Sunday, the Lord's Day, and he had forgotten to keep it, as he had kept every Lord's Day since arriving on Patmos. Leaping up, John lit the lamp with the oil he now saved for special occasions, and began with words Jesus had taught them. "Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name." He was ending his prayer when suddenly, like a rushing wind, the glory of the Lord filled the cavern with a light brighter than the sun. And John heard the words, "I am the Alpha and the Omega, who is and was and is to come. Take a pen and write to the 7 churches." Alone and in exile, John had not been forgotten, and the Lord had one more task he wanted him to do.